Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We are here at Universal Studios today for some big updates. We are approaching the HHN season, so you will see us here quite a bit. And right now there's a lot of truss work, a lot of kind of facade work going up. I also saw there was a lot of houses kind of coming together, some of the tent houses in particular, and some of the walls are finally moving back. I was very nervous with some of those walls where they were at, that they weren't gonna be pushed back in time and you were really gonna have some congestion come Halloween Horror Nights. However, they're starting to move them back, things are starting to come together. Also, I think there's a new land that is getting ready to open, maybe not this year, but probably next year. Let me point out to you that it is 95 or 96 degrees today, but the real feel is 107 degrees. Make sure when you guys come here in the summer, you stay strapped with water because it is warm. You will get dehydrated very fast. I can feel it already. I've only been outside for like 5 minutes so far. Obviously, we are hoping that the walls that are up here in the front of the park do come down because a lot of times people will hang out right in front of the gates right there waiting to come in to Halloween Horror Nights. So hopefully this gets finished up in the next month or so before, we really get into that HHN season. Right as you come into the park here, if you were to head towards Hollywood, you can see some truss work going up here with some lights. Let's get a closer look here. There you go. We do have two trusses right here, right in front of the Universe store here that is kind of new, or at least rethemed. And the truss over there does have lights as well. And I feel like last year you didn't really get too much until you kind of got into Hollywood. So with these, it makes me feel like maybe there's going to be a little bit more action kind of on this side in front of the Today Cafe. Not totally certain, but that's just my guess based off of what I'm seeing right here and the location. It'd be kind of interesting if maybe they did some assembly here with some of these scare actors or something. However, like I said, we do have this, and my guess is they're not gonna really try and redo Illumination Avenue because that's so new. My guess is they're gonna wanna keep that kind of like as it is and not totally overshadow it this year. We're actually not gonna head into Hollywood over there. We're gonna start with actually New York today because I do feel like there's just a lot happening over here. Obviously, if you guys haven't been paying attention, VillainCon Minion Blast is open, so if that is new to you, here you go. It is officially in technical rehearsal. Either way, it is open. The line moves very quick, I will tell you that. Also, the entire queue is basically outdoors, so keep that in mind when you get inside. Not much AC. The last probably 5% of the queue is indoors, so just keep that in mind if you guys do decide to do this ride. The AC is quite limited. Along with VillainCon, they do have a brand new store called the Evil Stuff store here, and then you have quite a number of little things here that have kind of popped up to kind of capitalize on the Illumination Avenue, which is the Illumination Theater over there for some character meet and greets. Bake My Day right next door, which is kind of a little bit of a bakery here. You have the Freeze Ray Pops, which are going to be popsicles here, which is kind of the most unique thing I think I've seen in a theme park like ever. And then at the end, you have Minion Cafe, which has some fantastic food. And then right on the far side of that, you do have the banana popcorn booth over there. It's actually surprisingly good. So I was trying to keep an eye out on like the roofs to see if there was any lighting or any structures going on up there. And I do not see anything as of right now, but I will tell you, I really don't think they're gonna do a whole lot. I think they wanna leave Illumination Avenue to be kind of this new thing for people when they come in. Obviously you have HHN, so it's gonna be huge, but I don't think they wanna like take away from what they kind of have built here over the past year or so. So I think you're not gonna see too much happening inside of this little alleyway here as you kind of really get into New York. But I do feel like the second that you get up to Jimmy Fallon, things will change. However, I do think they'll put some queue in over here and then still have houses in the back. So I think you'll still get into houses over here. I just don't think they're gonna like decorate a ton in here just because, again, leaving it to the Minions. It is honestly a scorcher out here. I am just like sweating. I can feel it. It's hard to be out here. I've watched a lot of other vloggers just like tapping out early. So keep that in mind when you guys are here for the summer. Like, it will take you out. Make sure to take breaks, bring electrolytes, water, everything, because you're gonna need it out here. It is hot. All right, now that we are over in New York, this is what we have been starting to see. Look at the size of this stage. We'll go take a closer look in just a second here, but you can see there are a lot of kind of podium areas that you will ultimately probably see some scare actors standing on top of and kind of hanging out, doing their little shows and kind of having these little interactive bits over here. This actually kind of reminds me a little bit of what we saw in Conjure the Dark last year, where they had like that little stage show. So a little interesting there. Also, take a look at the top. of this building here, you can see that they have some lights that are going up as well on the other side, which I'll show you in just a second as well. But right here, we are seeing lighting work going up on the top of the buildings, which means this will be a pretty active area here, which will be nice. Obviously, this was kind of the candy section from last year. Now here is the actual stage. This is a two-tiered stage, by the way. You have a larger section in front and then a shorter section in back, followed with kind of 4 trusses here that are all connected with some light work here. So we definitely are gonna see something being performed up here, more than just, I feel like, prop work. I feel like you're gonna see some stage presence happening. And then right behind it here, you can see, again, I think somebody will be up there. I don't think that's just going to be something where you have like some props or whatever. I think you're gonna see some scare actors or something happening there. I could also see them decorating this and maybe putting some signage there or whatever might kind of come of that. But either way, you have some lights here that are up, very heavy duty lights here, I will say that too. I mean, these look like they're gonna radiate some pretty hefty lighting. And this area did get pretty dark, I know, last year, so that'll be nice, hopefully, to have a little bit more lighting. Now again, you can see lighting work going along the edges up there, and then you kind of have a cluster of them right there, as well as a cluster of them right there. So you do have quite a bit of light work still, kind of all pointing in this area, which definitely leads you to believe this will be one of the first scare zones that you will encounter over here in New York. We don't really know much about the scare zones at this point, and that's going to lead me to my next point for you guys. If you want to see more HHN updates in the future, make sure that you guys are subscribed to the channel. Turn that little bell notification on so you're informed anytime that we do release a new video. Or if you just want to get Universal updates in general, we do that too. But with HHN approaching, I mean, we're here once or twice a week trying to give you as many updates as we can, sometimes more if there's a lot happening. So we will do our best to kind of keep you informed. But either way, I think we are done now with New York, so I think we're going to kind of move on. Just take a look as we are moving through here. All of these lights, though, I will say, there's a lot. You have just like every building has lighting work going up here. I imagine there might be more even to come, but you can always tell, like, as soon as you kind of get to the arcade, I feel like it starts to dim out a little bit. You can see less lights over here. And then one lonesome little light up there. Poor guy. Now, nothing has been announced for this little alleyway here. This was like Meat's Locker last year. I feel like it would be really cool if they did like a little Scoops Ahoy section here. I know it's not season 4, but it's Stranger Things. You could have a little ice cream booth back there and just like a little Scoops Ahoy setup. I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? Would that be kind of neat? Just like little ice cream parlor? I guess you're like right next to Haagen-Dazs, so maybe you could just like funnel the ice cream right over. We still have nothing for the Lagoon show. I'm so disappointed. I want to hear something. Maybe they bring something for HHN. We are coming over here as we head into San Francisco. We're gonna go and check out the trusses over there. I do want to look right around the corner here to see if we could see any more work happening with the house kind of that gets riddled inside of the Fast and Furious queue. I mean, I guess first and foremost, we do see some more lights up on the roof there. We also see some behind us. I'll show you right over there. There are some lights going up kind of all over the place. I mean, things are definitely coming together. We're not seeing as much like set work, I would say, but a lot of kind of the foundational structures that come into place. We are starting to see some of that pop up. Now, they put like the queue over here. It's a little hard to see right now. So again, the trees are kind of in the way, but it does look like it's kind of coming a little bit more forward this way. Part of the queue is over there, and you can see just some of the structure going up. You can see like a little bit of gray right in between the trees. That is some queue work for an HHN house. On top of a Richter Burger, you can see a little bit more light work right there behind that Coca-Cola sign. Not too many other lights up there, I will say that though. Well, let's go take a look at the truss work going on over here in San Francisco in front of Fast and Furious. And here we go, San Francisco. We could see a lot of truss work with a lot of lighting going on top of each of those right there. Wait a minute. Hold the phone. I might be seeing something over there. I'm gonna head over there right now. Okay, never mind, I lied. I thought I saw like drapery kind of coming off of this little fence right here. I thought I saw like green drapery, but it is not, so nothing right there. Either way, truss work right here in front of the Fast and Furious exit queue. However, look at how weird this truss looks. Now take a look at this thing. It's a little bit angled, which makes me feel like you might be hanging something from there, like something might be coming off of there. I don't totally know. I don't remember seeing this one being used last year. So maybe this is from one of the previous years, but that's a little bizarre looking. Again, have not seen it. They do have a small one right next to it. This was Conjure the Dark last year. It was a pretty good scare zone, but I don't know what they're gonna do because there was a big stage here before. Now you have this like truss with like this hanging thing. I don't really know. I don't know if that'll end up connecting to something. Not totally certain. And again, they got that little stubbier one right here next to it. I'm not too sure. Right here, I don't know if these are normally here. I guess I don't pay enough attention, but this has a little bit of this like caution tape on it, and there's another one right around the corner. So that might be something. I'm trying to see if there's another one out here. No, I'm not seeing anything. So that might be something that is unique to HHN as well. Again, there's one right across the street there. And then this one here, it looks pretty like beat up, so I feel like it's not new, and maybe I just haven't paid enough attention. So I guess just to recap this area, it looks like we've got probably 6 or 7 trusses here with the weird angled one, and then just a few of them that are kind of lined up down this little strip. Again, I think we'll start seeing some prop work pop up maybe in the next month or so. They tend to kind of pull it out almost like last minute, but yeah, we'll kind of keep you guys updated on it. But as of right now, just some trusses and just some lighting. Well, I guess add one more to the list, because over here by Amazing Pictures, there is one more truss right here. Now, as we are kind of heading around the corner, there is some unique stuff happening over here as well. You have quite a number of trusses here. You have this big kind of archway, which makes me feel like they might put a sign here. They didn't have this last year, I don't think. I think this was just kind of a little mini bar. It really wasn't used really that much at all. So maybe they're gonna kind of try and make this a little bit more poppin' this year, really try and divert some of the crowds, especially if they're bringing in big IPs. They're really gonna have to kind of like disperse the crowds a little bit more. I feel like that is gonna be the case. But however, way in the back, you could see there are a few trusses there, kind of the mini ones that you're seeing that are actually right next to us here, but there's a few way down there. Kind of a little mini kind of archway looking one, just like the one that we have right in front of us as well. Again, I'm feeling like this is going to turn maybe into like some signage of some sort. Don't totally know, but it's leading me to believe that this is going to be a little bit more active this year. And then right next to it, I guess this is just truss vlog at this point. Truss, 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 truss. But we have another one here. So another one right next to it with some lighting. Again, feels like they're lighting this area up a little bit more. I feel like this was definitely a not active area all around here last year. Really Conjure the Dark kind of stopped like right on the other side of the caricatures. So now maybe they're gonna try and push it out a little bit more and really extend it. Not totally certain, but that is cool that we're seeing it maybe come out a little bit more. We are still seeing a lot of these kind of PVC tubes that are out there on the lagoon, just kind of hanging out. Still don't know what it is for. Like I said, no announcement yet, and I have no clue. Nobody's even giving me like an inkling of what this could even be. Once I do know, I will let you know, but as of right now, we just see tubes floating out there. Also, like, this is insanely hot. I put my elbow on it and it felt like it burned me. Holy cow, it is so hot out here. I'm just like sweating like crazy. It's gross and I'm sorry, but it's just like my whole body is just sweating. It is so hot and I'm just, oh, it's hard to like move. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna wear my Stranger Things shirt, the Vecna shirt that they just released. I was like, yeah, perfect. The black is just absorbing the heat. It's not very light, it's not too heavy, but oh my gosh, I am just getting like super heated out here. So if you guys are enjoying this content, please go ahead, give this a thumbs up, as we're getting hot, okay? I won't mention it anymore, but it is hot. Either way, we continue on and we are heading into Springfield now. This is where they had a few of the booths last year. They did the little Chucky photo op, and we do have some truss work here with some lights. You can see them both right here. Springfield, there's some stuff going on over there, and we'll show you in just a second, but I'm glad that they're starting to pull some of the walls back. But either way, we have these two trusses here, and I think we have one, yeah, right on the other side of the bathrooms. Ooh, and we got a little bit of a weird looking, like, light stand. Let me go take a look at that. As we're going to take a look at it, this is, I believe, a new freestyle machine, by the way. Make sure that you guys are getting water throughout the park. They are installing a lot more of them around, making sure that people can get the water that they need. But however, right behind it, you could see kind of just like a light pole. I don't think that was there. I could be wrong because it looks like it's almost a permanent structure. But the lighting there makes me believe that it might not be something there. But you have one right here. Again, only 2 lights there. And then right down here, I'll show you another one. Very small. Doesn't look like this is gonna be very active. And it is right here, right in front of us next to the tree. We could see, again, that's a very short one here. But I guess we do have right over here, they have attached some light work up there which makes me think maybe there might be a little bit more activity going on over here. I mean, you still have to navigate around the park, so sometimes they just do like little displays on the ground, and maybe that's all this is going to turn out to be, because those actually don't look like really high powerful lights that we saw over there in like the New York section. So yeah, I'm gonna guess maybe this is just kind of like maybe just displays for like, you know, maybe like a pumpkin or whatever they want to put on the ground here. I don't think it's actually going to be too much. I did hear we are getting Nightmare Fuel back. Apparently the people that kind of like run that had posted like an announcement asking for some like dancers or whatever to try out for their show at the event. So I don't know if they were actually supposed to release that or not, but it looks like they're doing some work up there for the show itself. Hopefully it's a little better than last year. I wasn't super impressed with it. From what I heard is the first year it was here, it wasn't too bad. Last year it was a little worse, so maybe they kind of revamp it a little bit for this year. I heard it was kind of the same, but not really. I don't know. Wasn't my favorite show, to be honest. I liked the Lagoon show actually quite a bit before the hurricane took that out. And it looks like we have a little baby truss right here, which makes me think we're gonna have a sign or a poster here that will probably have like the Nightmare Fuel sign posted right along this here, and then also way back there you could still see the work being done on the houses. I will put a photo here. It's gonna be on the screen somewhere right now. I was seeing they were doing some work and putting up like the front facade. It looks very reminiscent of Descendants to Destruction from last year. That's kind of what I'm seeing. So I'll put a photo for you guys on the screen for that. But it looks like they are kind of putting together the houses themselves, or at least the facade work right now. It also looks like we have another very small little mini light here. Maybe just like one display up on MIB. Last year was kind of like that. There wasn't much displayed, but they did have a little something on it. So again, probably not much of an active area here. I had to come in Men in Black really quick. My camera was getting too hot to hold. It's like absorbing the heat because like the entire body is black. So it was just like absorbing it like crazy. And yeah, needed to let it cool down before it overheated. Anyway, back on, coming over into Springfield. All right, let's head into Springfield. Let me show you something I'm very excited about, and you can see it right now. Maybe you guys weren't aware because maybe you hadn't seen it before, but I'm gonna show you what is happening, and that is huge news for HHN. So all of this before was walled off. They had the wall coming all the way out here, and then like right in front of Krusty's mouth there, right by that Simpsons Ride sign right there. Oh my gosh, it was so congested. So this is really good news to know that they've at least opened this up. This wall right here, it's not as important to be completely honest, but they did have all of this kind of walled off, which made me very nervous to feel like this could get way too congested. Huge, huge news for HHN crowds not getting congested inside of the Simpsons area. From what I am hearing, it sounds like we're getting like a roaming Megan horde from the movie. So I don't know if they're gonna do like the chainsaw people here through Springfield, or maybe like the Megan horde now will come through Springfield. No idea. We'll let you know when we do know. But either way, from what I'm hearing, it's gonna be some sort of Megan horde. Definitely gonna be interesting. As we are swinging back around and we are almost back to Hollywood, over here by Animal Actors, we do have another truss here with some light work going up there. And then you have another one right behind it, not quite a truss there, but just a light pole. Again, I don't know if those are there normally. I think I need to pay more attention around the park. That's what I'm finding out. Now, not too much else going on. You do have two more right here. I know those don't have the lighting there, I don't believe. Again, this one, I'm a little uncertain of. That one right there. But we have two over here. And here you go. We have one little lighting structure here. And one little lighting structure over here. This little light of mine, I am gonna let you shine. Now, I sent you guys that photo, or I put it on the screen just a little bit ago. It might have actually been from over here on the other side of Animal Actors. I don't remember now. It's one of the 10 houses though, and I don't think you're getting 10 houses back here. So I do believe it's over there. I don't totally know. Either way, there's definitely some work being done from that photo from earlier. We are definitely waiting for some pizza fries though. Looking forward to those, super good. But some big news, not totally HHN related, but you can actually see a lot of work being done right there. They are finally going vertical with something here in what is now officially announced as the new DreamWorks section of the park. It's gonna be like just DreamWorks Land or DreamWorks Animation or something. I don't know actually what they're calling it, but I do know it's going to be DreamWorks themed. We kind of had a pretty good assumption that was what this was turning into. However, you're gonna probably start to see, well, I don't know, maybe they don't disassemble that coaster. Maybe they retheme it, but you can see, I mean, right in front of ET there, fully just like going vertical over there. I mean, that's kind of crazy. Also, if you guys follow my Instagram, you will see a lot of photos and things that I post just around the parks because I like to just kind of keep little small updates there as well. This, again, it's brand new as far as like that announcement. I think that was like yesterday at this point. So hopefully we'll see that, like I said in the intro, probably next year. I don't know what the timeline's looking like on that. However, they've done a lot of work on that structure there, which makes me think maybe we do get something this year. I don't think they're going to put anything up during HHN though. But this is where two house lines started, so I don't really know. I don't know. Anything could happen. Now, one of the areas I am looking most forward to this year is this section that people are kind of assuming is going to be the jungle. And again, we have updated you guys on the wires that are going from truss to truss. They also have this like green scrim kind of look to them. They have lights on them, but as of right now, we are kind of thinking this is going to be jungle themed. I loved this zone last year, like the Scarecrow Cursed Soil or whatever it was. It was a very, very fun zone. I think it got a little worse throughout the season, to be honest though. I feel like the first few weeks, just awesome scares, and I feel like it was full the entire time. As it went on, I feel like more and more scare actors left the zone, and it wasn't as impactful. Maybe I'm off, but that's just kind of how I felt. But it looks like we have another one of these angled trusses. What the heck? Well, another one of these angled trusses. Again, I don't remember seeing this last year popping up. So this is definitely new for me. I don't know what this is going to turn into, but I'm going to guess we're going to have something unique here, either hanging or the way that it connects here. I don't know if maybe they try and attach some of these jungle wires here to this actual point here. It would be interesting, kind of giving them more of some shade, because my guess is with that you can have some dangly stuff, but if you have another point, so where that wire's hanging, you could kind of connect it to this one right here, then you kind of get an overhang and maybe, so it would be a little bit more shaded if that kind of makes sense. There is another Coke Freestyle machine right over here at the crate booth, but right next to it we do have another smaller one of these truss sections here. This is more something I would assume would maybe hold a sign or has some sort of facade that kind of will start to hang from that. Don't totally know, but a lot of times they end it right here, so I don't know how this is going to work. It would actually be really cool if this zone led into the zone over here in Hollywood and just they almost merged together. Don't think they're going to do that, but it would be kind of sweet. I don't know how long this is going on for, not related to HHN again, but this is Starbucks. It is in a temporary location over here while they go ahead and do some work on the other location, kind of over there by the Mummy. So if you guys are in the parks, anytime probably in the next month, you're probably coming over here that's attached to Cafe La Bamba to pick up your Starbucks. Just so you guys know, it is still in the park. It did not disappear. Now right here we do have the truss that I was talking about, and then you have some lighting along the top of the buildings over here. And there is a lot here, I will say that. So they are going to light this up. This is most likely going to be a scare zone, just like it always is. But again, you don't see much happening here right now. Maybe they're not trying to take too much away from the tribute store. Don't totally know. Like I said, it would be really cool if they took this Hollywood section and really almost just merged it right into what we're assuming is going to be the jungle section. You kind of had maybe two stories being told here as you walked through. I don't think they're going to do it, but it would be kind of unique, wouldn't it? I believe the tribute store for Jurassic Park is ending sometime middle of August, I thought, maybe the 15th or something. I don't actually remember the exact date. I think it's actually early August. However, we do know the HHN tribute store will be August 30th, so that is confirmed. HHN tribute store August 30th. Mark your calendars. There will be an AP preview beforehand, and I'm going to imagine a cast member preview before that. Either way, I have been hearing there's potential it's not going to be here. I'm hearing it might actually go back to the New York section over by the Mummy where it was before. Don't totally know, but that's what I'm hearing. And that's, again, rumors, and we never know what's confirmed. But I was starting to hear we may not be having the tribute store over here in Hollywood for HHN. This might have been a temporary thing. And here is our last truss that we are seeing, and it is ending the Hollywood section as you head back into production over there. Now again, I'm gonna guess maybe this is the start and stop, so you have this one here, and then you have the one all the way down there on the right again. So maybe that's the start and stop of the scare zone, maybe signage. Don't totally know. Again, pretty empty in here outside of the lights that you're seeing along the roofs of the buildings over here. It's kind of all we're really seeing. Kind of the same thing though. You have some lighting there on these two buildings here by like the Hello Kitty entrance here and then right across the street. As of right now, I would say Hollywood seems to be kind of the least populated of the kind of 5-ish or 4 maybe. I mean, who knows how many scare zones we're getting? Probably 5 that we're getting this year. But as of right now, definitely not that populated. Well, you may have noticed that we have teleported over here to Cabana Bay. We have some family friends that are staying over here right now, so we're gonna go ahead and take a dip in the pool, enjoy some of this hot sunshine, and just kind of relax for the day. But with all of that being said, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. Hopefully you enjoyed those HHN updates, and again, there will be a lot more coming in the coming weeks and in the next month or so. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel so you guys are informed anytime we release these updates. Again, we're gonna be doing them probably way too much. That's just the nature of this time of the season. Thank you again. We will see you guys in the next video. Take care.